Welcome back to DemButlers. I'm Cass.
I'm Doug.
And you are the Butler Brigade.
What's up,
Hello, everyone. Boy, we're knocking those interviews out that we said we've been wanting to do, Cedric.
Ooh, yeah.
This is one of the ones that we've been waiting on for a minute. We've been talking about it for about the last year and a half. So this handsome gentleman sitting in between Dub and I, this is Mr. Jeffrey Carter, owner, CEO, franchise operator, I don't know what all can I tell you about it, of this beautiful establishment here in Panama City in the El Cangrejo neighborhood called Daiquirí 23. You've heard Cedric and I speaking about Daiquirí 23 a lot of times, but before we even go into that, got to sit here and go, how do we even know Mr. Carter and how did this come about? I think, and I'm going back through memory, Cedric, there was a shared expat group and Mr. Carter was in it. Is that correct with you and him? I know.
No, it wasn't a group. It was a name got dropped by somebody.
Okay.
And we reached out.
You reached out to him on Facebook.
When we reached out, you were busy. But you got back to us.
Yes.
And he still got back to us. He's
And
going right now.
So that happened to have been on or about January, February of 2024. And Cedric and I were going to be coming to Panama doing that boots on the ground trip, and happened to coincide with the grand opening of Daiquirí 23. And you were like, I'm not quite open yet, but y'all good people come on by and check out the restaurant.
Yes.
And that was the beginning of us coming to Daiquirí 23. From the moment we came in, we always say you're like the cool uncle. But y'all know how your daddy got that younger brother that you can kind of get in trouble with, but he cool to talk to. And if you were ever in trouble, you could call that uncle, and he'll probably come get you out of school or whatever. He talk to you,
get you out of trouble. Never say nothing to you.
He gonna talk to you the way that daddy don't talk to you. That's what Mr. Carter is to us. He's like that cool uncle. He's could be our parents' age, but he's just cool, and we love talking to him like that. So, Mr. Carter, welcome. Thank you for coming here and being a part of this interview. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
So the first thing we're going to ask you is, where are you from, and how did you get to Panama? Number one, where are you from?
I was born in Ohio, and I retired over here from Dallas, Texas. And I got to Panama after traveling the world with DOD, Army, Navy, Army Corps of Engineers, and I saw what I really enjoyed about not being in the United States in those different countries. It was just an amazing feeling that I was finally free. And so I knew when I retired from the government that I was not living in the United States. And so I started looking for a place. And I came to Panama because I wanted to go to Belize, but Belize didn't have what Panama has, meaning that they had a medical services here that I can use my military benefits, health care, United States Embassy here. They had so many different things. There's no conversion rate on our money.
That's true.
Dollar
That
for
helps.
dollar.
Yeah.
So it was just so many advantages that I loved about Panama, and I love the fact about being in a unique country with the canal being here, and it's one of the only countries that have that canal in this atmosphere of Central America.
Okay.
Yes.
Had you ever been to Panama previously before you relocated to Panama?
I had not been to Panama, but I served in the military with a lot of Panamanians that were serving in the military as much as me. And then they married a Panamanian woman, so I was able to meet them over the years. And it was never in my mind that I was going to move to Panama.
Wow. So literally prior to coming to Panama, what you knew of Panama was Panama Canal.
That's it.
Like most of us.
That's right. That's correct. That's correct.
You knew Panama Canal.
That's
correct.
correct.
And then you physically relocated when? When did you leave the U.S.?
July 5th, 2022.
July 5th, 2022. Now, you know what? That's going to pause right there a little bit because we just recently celebrated a little thing called Independence Day.
That's correct.
And in the States. And you did a social media post. So Daiquirí 23 is on almost all platforms of social media, Facebook, Instagram. What am I missing? Is there another one I'm missing?
TikTok.
And TikTok. And so Mr. Carter is very prominent in letting his mindset and his freedom of speech be spoken because this is about his business. And there was a couple of people, I guess, that had some flack about you celebrating the
Yes.
July 4th holiday.
Yes.
But you just heard that really you relocated here July 5th. But even if that wasn't the case, you want to try to expand on our platform as to why you felt the need to host something for July 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Well, I knew that is our traditional family reunion weekend, and I knew that we're all independent from the United States now, and so that was my way of saying I'm finally free from that, and this is my independence in Panama.
Correct.
So that's basically what I looked at as Panama Expats Independence Day here. Had nothing to do with the United States.
That's correct.
Because I don't celebrate that.
That's correct.
You know, so I was just wanting people to feel like, hey, at some point in time in the future, you may want a family reunion down here
That's
for
correct.
your family in the United States.
And in response to that, because of our affiliation with you, I personally also know that's not the only U.S.-based holiday that Daiquirí 23, in order to have Americans here, expats here, have a place to go during that traditional time period, you might open your doors and celebrate something similar to that.
Exactly.
Whether that's Thanksgiving, I've seen you do the Thanksgiving meals for Thanksgiving.
And it
Go
was
ahead.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. There you
not
go.
Thanksgiving.
There you go. Juneteenth.
Yes.
We had something here going on for Juneteenth.
Exactly.
So it wasn't just the 4th of July.
No.
But it also coincided with the fact, you have to realize, that's the way I look at it. For most American expats, this is probably the first country they've ever lived in that they're not in America.
Exactly.
And you're almost taking the Band-Aid off slowly. You don't want to just cut the arm off. You want to just gradually pull that Band-Aid off.
That's
So
correct.
for some, holidays are a time that they're used to being around family and friends back at home. Home
Exactly.
being the U.S.
Exactly.
So you kind of want to keep having something that they're also used to doing in another country that provides familiarity, but it's not quite the same.
Exactly.
So, and the menu was good.
Oh, yeah.
The menu was great. We had some barbecue ribs, some baked beans, some corn, macaroni and cheese, coleslaw. It was delicious. I think Cedric and I ate here, 3-4 times
Yeah,
during those 4
we did.
days.
Yeah,
We
we
ate
did.
good. And it was good food, so it was a good menu.
But I want to also add
Go ahead,
that Mr. Carter also has the how should I say it? The expertise of knowing how it feels to be in another country
Yes,
by yourself.
right.
Yes.
You know that, and a lot of business owners, no other business owner around here has that.
No.
Right.
experience.
No.
Right.
They ain't
'cause
never
you
been
came
in the
here.
middle somewhere and been alone.
Exactly.
You physically, at the time of relocating here, knew no one in Panama.
Exactly. I didn't know anybody in Panama that I can say, hey, I'm gonna come and show me around. I knew no one.
So when you came, did you come with the 8 bags and the suitcases that we all hear about? Did you come with a backpack? When you left the United States, what happened there?
I came with 2, what they would allow me to carry on the flight. I carried that, and then I went back a couple of times and brought 2 more.
Okay.
And 2 more, and then finally I just like, the rest of that y'all can have.
Okay,
You
you
know,
can have it.
I left it a lot
Okay.
in the U.S. Clothes, you name it. I left everything.
And started
Only thing
over.
I sold was 2 vehicles.
Okay.
Other than that, even the house, I signed it over. I was ready to go.
You ready to go? I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in Daiquirí 23. How did that name come about? How did that idea come about? Did you know you wanted to open a business when you were in the U.S.?
I had no way of entertaining the business when I came to Panama.
Okay.
And I was doing a survey since I said about if I wanted to do a business, what kind of business would that be?
Okay.
And so I started asking Panamanians, if you had money, what kind of business would you open? And the number one answer was always food and drinks.
Okay,
That
food
was
and drinks.
number one.
Okay.
And so then I just kind of put it in my mind. I said, okay, I got to come up with something that's a logo. I got to come up with a name that most Americans would be familiar with.
Okay.
And that's how, Daiquirí came about. 23, of course, is Jordan. If you're going to put 23 on anything, I don't care if you're wearing a uniform or what have you.
It is recognizable.
You've got to basically, bring your best. And so then with hookahs and what have you, I tried to put a menu together that I thought the people wanted.
Okay.
But I was off. the people wanted Jamaican food. They wanted all these other different types of
Jamaican
foods.
food.
Wow, at a sports bar.
At a sports bar.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's different. Okay, I'm throwing with that.
Wow.
But was that, when you say the people, was that the local Panamanians wanted the cultural food, or was that the expats coming that wanted the different cultures of food?
The expats coming because we have a huge tourism from the Caribbean and Jamaican coming here in this particular neighborhood, El Cangrejo. They stay in the hotels around here, and so that's their number one comfort food.
Okay.
And they come here, and that's what they want. And they will come here. If they're here 2 weeks, I will see them 10 days out of them 2 weeks.
Wow, they will support.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so did you ever own a restaurant before, prior to Daiquirí 23?
No.
So this was a pass or fail entity. You know, that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm telling you from experience. I have a daughter that used to date a chef, and he used to tell us that 90% of all restaurants in the U.S. close within the first 2 years. Like they fail. I shouldn't say close, because I don't look at it as failure. I don't look at anything that you tried as a failure. You tried and you learn from it.
Exactly.
But they close within the first 2 years. So you've never owned a restaurant.
Nope.
You have no background in restaurants.
Nope.
Have you ever worked at a restaurant?
McDonald's. That's not a restaurant, but I worked in. I was bussing tables at a Sizzler Steakhouse, getting glasses and all that stuff off plates off the table. Nothing like this.
Nothing like this. Now, okay, now that's a lot. So, do you mind sharing what visa status brought you to Panama? What visa status are you under?
Pensionado visa.
Pensionado. So you, under the Pensionado visa, you were already going to be a resident because you qualified for that. Why did you want or feel the need to even open a restaurant? Because it's definitely not by a need. You don't need to, because you could basically be smooth sailing and on cruise control and live out the rest of your days on your Pensionado visa.
Exactly.
Why start a restaurant?
One of my worst things that I can say about me is I love a challenge.
Okay.
But the other thing too is I wanted to be involved with the community of Panama, and the only way I can do that is create some type of business to where I'm hiring Panamanians, I'm paying into taxes, I'm basically paying into their Social Security. I'm doing a lot of different things. It allows me to get back to the school system. It allows me to do things that my retirement couldn't do. So this is an everyday revenue, and then I'll take some of that money and invest it into the schools or help a needy family. That allowed me to do that.
Okay. I love that. I'm going to go into that. I'm going to finish out these first ones. So what challenges did you face relocating as an American to Panama? Since I'm assuming you don't speak the language.
Nope.
You didn't know anybody here.
Nope.
Now, I'm not trying to make those be your challenges, but what challenges when you got here? What challenges did you face when you left America and coming here?
Honestly, I did not have anything that challenged me.
Okay.
Because I've lived in so many different countries.
Okay. So
I had the experience of being in Africa, India, China, the Middle East, and Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So I was in a lot of different countries. Okay. So I'm comfortable, even though I don't speak the language.
And just
because
adapting.
People are so friendly. I really want to get to know you, knowing that you're from America.
Yes.
They really want to get to know you.
I found that very friendly. Now, and you don't have to dive into the personal aspect as far as what relation they are to you, but did you have any living immediate family in America when you had them, when you decided to relocate? And what did they think about you saying, I'm out of here, I'm going to another country?
My whole family's back in the United States. I'm the last of 9 kids. Okay. But I left home at 18, went in the military, and so it's easy for me to get up and go places without telling anybody anything. Okay. Simply because when you're in the military, they tell you don't post where you're at, what you're doing, or what have you. So I'm used to not telling anybody anything anyway. Until they find out that, hey, where are you at now? I'm like, now I let them know I'm here. Okay. But I never told anybody I was going. No.
You just left.
I left.
Very simple.
It was all about me.
I understand. All right. Well, we're going to move on. We're going to segue to another one here. What do you love most about living in Panama as an expat?
I love the culture. Okay. I love the climate. I love the natural foods. You know, I'm healthier. Walkability. You can walk any time of the day or night without fear of anything happening.
That's true. That's very true.
And then the travel from Panama is excellent. When you want to go to Colombia, Brazil, Cuba.
As a jump-off country, that's what I like to call it.
That's correct.
Okay, here we go. Now we're going to go into the starting and running a business in Panama, because you've already told me you didn't have any experience in that. So what type of business is Daiquiri 23? I mean, I think I would say an American sports bar, but you might say it something a little differently. How do you clarify this?
Basically, I think it's a sports restaurant, family environment, great atmosphere for people to come and be very comfortable. And so it's like being at home, but you're in a business.
Okay.
You know, so I wanted to create that atmosphere to where there's nobody, it's a stranger to each other, because people come here and you would think that they've been knowing each other for years.
You would. Tell us some of the things. I personally know these answers, but I'm going to let the owner speak about it. What are some of the special menu items that people tend to want to come back over and over and order from the restaurant that you're very proud to have on the menu?
Number one is oxtails.
Yes.
The oxtails is number one.
And they're so good.
And I did not realize what I was doing when I got into that, but the demand was so high, and the referrals keep coming.
Y'all, you don't need any teeth. You don't need teeth. And not bragging about the cost of them, but oxtails here in Panama are not as expensive as they are in the United States. Believe me, I'm an oxtail eater. I love oxtails even in the United States. And Mr. Carter's oxtails are, oh my gosh, they are so good. I'm telling you, don't need teeth. Cedric is not a fan of oxtails. I keep telling him, since he likes neck bones, he should like oxtails. I keep telling him that, and he's just like, I don't like them. I love them. Okay, so the oxtails is a big one that people always come back for.
Yes.
What else?
I added grits to the menu.
And that's a big one.
And that was a very big thing. I was promoting Glover's Grits.
Yes.
Him and his wife, they had grits, and I said, well, I'm glad I have a restaurant that I can actually add that to the menu. And so when I added that, people come for grits and eggs and bacon and you name it, grits and oxtails.
There you go.
So that was another addition that created more traffic.
And you had the Almighty during the Expat Independence Day.
Yes.
You had some green things on our plate there a couple of times.
Collard greens.
There we go. The Almighty can't find collard greens. I don't know who his plug is. But Mr. Carter has some collard greens on the plate. So grits, for whatever reason, if you are relocating here, you're just going to find. Can you locate grits in a box? Yes, you can. But if you like those home-style grits, for whatever reason, it's hard to locate them here.
Yes.
And as you just heard, he has a partnership with Glover's Grits.
Yes.
That is his supplier for your grit.
They live here in Panama. That was a business entity he wanted to start here. And so I said, I'll promote it and support it.
And then as far as the bar, now there is a bar. So a very good bar. Some of the beverages that Americans are used to, you also have behind the counter.
Yes.
And that's good to see, because once again, it's the American expat. So some of those brands, you want to share those brands are, or okay.
We have Crown.
Okay.
We have the Tanqueray. We have different bourbons. We have like 15, 16 different types of bourbon. And then we have, of course, daiquiris.
Yes.
That we make, and everybody seems to love them.
They are good.
So we have just about any drink, and if we don't have it, we can make it.
Okay.
Because we have all the ingredients to make any drink.
Okay. I've been seeing this, and I have read this one in our own expat group. Someone, because it's almost a big season in the United States. You know, this little pigskin gets thrown up and down the field. So they were asking, do you show American football? And do you have, what they asking, something like the NFL Network or something?
They want to see NFL games.
And so I know this answer, but for those of you that are new here, can they watch the game at Daiquiri 23? And by the game, I mean the American Football
The
League.
American football in English. We have, the full season. We have the red zone where they show multiple games at the same time on one screen. You can actually request a certain game that's your team. That we'll put it on the TV either outside or over here.
Just where, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
You have plenty of space. About total space, so that the person who's not watching can know, and we'll be showing this as well. About how large is the total space? Everything that you have.
They're about 2,500 square feet.
And it's inside, outside.
Inside, outside.
Do you allow smoking?
Outside, we have hookahs, cigars, so they come here and smoke outside. We're working on a cigar lounge as well.
And private event space. If I want to have a private room or my birthday or baby shower, engagement party, just whatever. Do you allow private rentals?
We definitely do. And one of the things that I did with the events space is I'm not a big fan on charging for anything. Sometimes I will charge, depending on what the requirements are. But most times, everything is free. I don't charge anybody for renting the space.
But they need to use your catering and your bar.
Exactly.
Okay, exactly. Well, I want to throw that out there to you, along. So the actual venue itself is included as long as you order from the bar or the catering. So, okay,
so,
love that.
And that's the way of giving back, not just to the local people, but the expats too, and creating that community and that togetherness. They're able to do that without somebody feeling that every time that there's something at Daiquiri 23, I got to pay.
Yeah, great. I
don't like that atmosphere.
Will you? Do you decorate? Do you know a decorator? Will you? Refer them to someone if they want special setups.
Some people want to decorate on their own. I let them come and do that. And if they need a decorator, we have several decorators that will come in and follow their instructions on what they need.
Okay. What time does Daiquiri 23 close on the latest night?
On the latest night, 12 o'clock, or if we having too much fun, until the last person leaves.
Last person leaves. So, okay, let's say I want to have a double nickel birthday party in a couple of years. I have a long way to go for that, couple of years down the line. And if I didn't want to have that end till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I would never do that, but I'm just saying 3 o'clock in the morning. We can party till 3 o'clock.
We're going to go for it.
Now, there's been a request, and I've seen this one too. People have been saying, why don't nobody hosting a thing in the middle of the day? We old around here. When we do them day parties. Right. Is that an interest that Daiquiri 23 offers, or are you looking at the fact we're a restaurant? We're open. If you want to come party,
hey, we're open to any suggestions. That's what we're here for as a community business. You're open to just about anything that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I like that, because I said, hold on, we're going to get y'all day parties, because I personally like day parties. I love day parties. Now, we also have been here, I think twice, and you had live music playing.
Yes.
I think one night was a band, and another night was like a saxophonist, if I'm not mistaken, Cedric. How often, is that regular? Is that like a special occasion that you have live music?
Well, one thing that I try not to do is compete with someone who really have a regular Tuesday night event that they go to. I try not to compete with them on that. If I try to do anything else, that might be their one day out of the week they'll go to something like that. But every time that I attempted to do that, nobody will come.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
And it's free. So I just said, well, let me hold off on that again and maybe regenerate it again later on.
All right, did y'all hear that? Okay, all these new people out there that watch our channel, one thing y'all always tell Cedric and I is, what else is there to do? And they love live music. They tell us all the time they love live music. See, I don't see necessarily as competition. If you want to do something on Tuesday night, I get what you're saying. Because Cedric and I, we try to make sure we're not planning a Butler Brigade event on a major other Expat Day event as well. But we're going to have to give people options to be able to do stuff. Everybody can't be, I don't know, let's say there are 5,000 expats in Panama City. Well, there's no one venue that can hold 5,000 people. So we're going to have a little culture and spread out. So I don't know, we might have to revisit that one again, Mr. Carter. I think if there's the support out there for the live music, you'll host the live music.
Definitely.
And also, if you're an artist and you play live music, you need to be contacting Mr. Carter as well.
Because we do have a band that wants to be our local band for the business.
Okay.
But we're just waiting for the right opportunity.
All right, Butler Brigade, y'all hear that? So if we host live music at Daiquirí 23, we need to have everybody standing outside when they have that line so long. All hands, everybody come. We're going to post about it, go Facebook Live, get everybody coming here. All right, so here we go. What is the process like for a foreigner, which I don't really consider you that, as a resident? You're a resident now, so you are a e-cellular holding Cassandra visa carrier.
Yes.
So I don't really consider that a foreigner. The only thing, and the difference of that is that he's a resident. So
Not a tourist.
He's not a tourist.
No.
What is it like, though, the process to start a business? So I don't know. I know that's a lot. That's a big question. So
That's a master class. Right?
let's break it down to certification-wise. Like in the United States, you might have to get your DBA. You're doing business as. You might have to get your tax certificate. So let's start with that level first. Let's start on a level that people can understand. Let's do that.
Well, first of all, I got to give credit to my ride or die.
Okay.
Alicia, we were dating, and she was the one that was giving me information, and we started dating and what have you. And so what I did not know is how well connected she was throughout Panama.
And who is Alicia?
Alicia now is my wife.
Oh, okay.
But at the time, we weren't even married, and we jumped into a business together.
What? Now that was trust.
Man, it was trust. And I made sure that I put everything in her name, and I'm going to tell you the reason why.
Okay, please.
I've lived a great life.
Okay.
You know, and I knew that it would be more beneficial for her life, her Social Security, and things like that going forward than it would be for me.
Wow.
So
Definitely understand that.
I wanted to make sure that when
She
she
was taken
retires,
care of.
that her retirement is her Social Security. That's all they have.
Okay.
Even though she worked for the government, her Social Security is all she has. That's all anybody has in Panama.
And you don't have to divulge to the amount, but to let Americans that happen to be watching hear this, what is the maximum amount that you have heard that a Panamanian can get in Social Security? We'll just go there. Maximum.
Maximum, maybe about 500.
Y'all hear that?
Maybe 500.
That's per month.
Per
so
month.
Go with your thought process on that. So work all your life,
Yes.
as most people do, 15, 16, 17, start their first job.
Exactly.
And the maximum you can get thereabout is about $500 a month in Social Security.
As a professional.
Wow.
If you're actually waiting tables or doing labor or work, and she's a professor at the school. So, you know, that's a
professional.
all they're going to get.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I looked at when I started the business. I'm like, okay, she seemed like a very nice person, and she'd ride or die. We have our arguments, of course.
All couples do.
All couples.
Because of the cultural difference.
Right.
And she don't see my drive, my motivation, because I don't like to fail.
Okay.
So, and she was just like, whoa, man, things are not going good. And she got scared.
Right.
I'm like, don't worry.
But that's a great person. I can see it from another perspective. You've never been in business as far as a restaurant.
No.
You didn't speak the language.
No.
So now you've met a lady that you're dating that at least is a Panamanian.
Yes.
But she needs to have as much invested as you do
Exactly.
in the success of this.
Yes.
So if I place this in your name,
Yes.
you're going to want to not quit at 5 o'clock either, because you're going to be like, baby, we ain't made no money.
Exactly.
What else can we do? So it's like, well, I might financially get the business started, but you're going to emotionally keep it going because it's to the betterment of your lifestyle.
Right, because everything's in her name, responsibility, what have you. And it's more of a benefit for her to have it in her name than for me to have it in mine.
Okay, can you elaborate on that, or?
Yes, because again, now she's established herself with all the government agencies within the government of Panama. They see her more as a business person and not just a professor at a school. They have a lot of not envy, but they're proud to see a Panamanian with a business.
With a business,
you know.
And I'm going back to America, I know that, but as a woman-owned business in the United States, there are attributes that you used to be able to get by being a historically underutilized business or a woman-owned business or a veteran-owned business. Are those same characteristics as a business owner in Panama? Is this classified as a woman-owned business under tax entities?
Definitely not.
Wow.
Definitely not.
Okay.
You on your own down here in Panama. You on your own.
No
They're not
perks.
giving you no perks, no benefits or nothing. But one thing I do love about Panama is that they let you do your thing.
Will they, is there, okay, so the business is predominantly in Alicia's name.
Exactly.
And so I know you were starting there. So in order for that to occur, you do have to register the business then?
Yes, you have to have a space first. You have to get a lease before you can even get a license.
Okay, are the leases like in the United States for restaurant? Are they 5-year and 10-year and 20-year leases?
No, you can get it for a year at a time,
Oh,
2 years
wow.
at a time.
Okay.
But if you're too successful, they'll increase the rent on you.
So it's to your benefit to have it in a long term,
Yes.
but you don't want necessarily a long-term obligation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I did like is the fact that, as I said, it was an advantage because she knew everybody. Her first cousin was a lawyer.
Oh, wow.
And so when we went to get our license, operation license and a liquor license.
Okay.
And so I asked, hey, how long will it take? And then she said, I can do it the quick way or I can do it the long way.
Okay.
I'm about quick.
Okay, so how fast was the quick way?
10 days.
To have all your licenses?
Yes.
Wow.
10 days. The operation license and a liquor license.
But at that point, you knew it was going to be here. So you had the
Yes,
location.
I already had the
So you
location.
got to have the location.
Yes.
Why did you choose El Cangrejo?
I tried so many different places, but you know what they say, what God has for you,
It's
it is
for
for
you.
you.
It's for you.
I looked at this place 3 times, just the other side, just the bar.
Okay.
And I still said, nope. I was looking for something grandiose, and I couldn't find it.
Because at that time, it was what they call it, a blank canvas. Was it a blank canvas?
Yes.
And you just couldn't see?
Yes, I couldn't see it.
Couldn't visualize
I couldn't see it. And then it came into a major renovation project.
Okay.
That was just on the sports bar side. But then when the owner saw what I was able to do outside and inside, he said, if you want this additional space, he'll save it for me, first right of refusal.
Okay.
And so when I did the Super Bowl party,
Yeah.
2 days after opening, I said, this is going to be too small.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 3 months later, I ended up acquiring this space here, and then, like you said, it was just an envelope. You know, I had to redo everything.
Redo everything.
Yeah.
Totally do it. Okay, so we got the business license, the liquor license within 10 days. You have the location. How long did the renovation take?
From September to February.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that was
September.
fast.
Yeah, because I had, again, like I said, Alicia was well connected. Her brother is a general contractor.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know none of this now.
Wow.
There is
I
no
knew
way
none
all
of
of this
this.
is just being laid out for you like this.
I'm telling you, I was just so
A
blessed.
lawyer, a general contractor, a
Yes.
person who's Panamanian connected.
An accountant.
An accountant.
All of that. All of this.
With no previous experience.
With no previous experience.
previous experience. God said, I know this fool. Look at him.
Okay, so now we're gonna start. Okay, now we're gonna go there. And in Panama, if you start a business, and I don't want you to have to feel like you have to divulge down to the penny of anything. I'm just trying to find out in general for somebody else that's back at home.
Okay.
In the United States, under the Pensionata visa, if everything was not in Alicia's name, could you open a business?
Yes, I could.
Okay, can you explain why is it that a U.S.-based person can open a business in Panama under the Pensionata visa?
Well, once you become a resident of Panama, Panama is not looking at you as an American anymore.
Okay.
Basically, they're allowing you to invest in property and business and things like that.
Okay.
And so you take advantage of that.
Okay.
You know, and if I wanted to just put everything in my name, I could do that.
Okay.
But there's really no advantage. You know, and
You're already a resident.
already resident.
You're not gaining anything.
No, I'm not gaining anything. There's no benefit to that. And then plus, I have nobody to leave it to if something happened to
I
me.
understand that.
So
I
I'd
do.
rather her to have it in her name,
Uh-huh.
so that she's got 2 kids.
Yes.
I'm like, eventually she'll leave something for them.
I understand. It's about
Yeah.
legacy building.
Exactly.
But you can, under the Pensionata visa, open a business. Do you happen to know the legalities of that? Can you hire Americans? Can you, anything that you would like to divulge as to, if I open a business, I'm not going that it's under Alicia's name, I'm going that it's an American that is now a Panamanian resident. If they
Exactly.
open a business, what's required legality-wise? Can I work it? Can I go hire all my family? Can everybody come from the United States?
Yeah, so again, how that works is a ratio. You got to have so many Panamanians to another culture of people.
Okay, to another culture.
Yes. So it may be 10 to 1.
10 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, depending on the business.
Are you considered the one? Can you be on payroll as the owner and be considered the one?
I'm the free
legally.
help. I'm
no,
the free help.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
legally. I'm not
Yes.
saying that's all we're talking about. Legally,
Yes.
can you as the expat be considered the one?
Yes, I
Okay.
can be that one and pay taxes here.
Okay, that's a
Yes.
good. We're gonna go into that one. So, does Panama, if you decide to open a business, is it cash forward, or is it one of those things? At one point, Cedric and I were going to open up a business. We've opened up numerous businesses in the United States, but at that time we were going to have to. It was going to be condos, a work co-op building,
Okay.
and you can get financed under the production of how much revenue that
potential
business
that-
could
Yes.
be produced. How does that work in Panama? Is it cash? You say they go, if you want it, pay $50,000. We don't care, or do they?
That's it. There ain't no
Okay.
help, ain't no assistance.
Cash is
There's
key.
nothing.
Cash.
There's nothing. There's no help, no loans, no nothing.
Wow.
If you want the business, cash money.
Exactly. And
Now you might be able to get credit
later.
once you get here, but as far as a business loan,
Yeah.
that's not here.
happening.
I got what you're
Not
saying.
happening.
I got what you're saying.
Not
I got what you're
happening.
Okay, you got it.
There's no small business.
No small
Nah.
business administration. You're gonna have to have
No,
cash.
yeah.
And then once you get here and establish credit, so you wanna. I've spoken to you about this before. Panama does have a credit system that people are not
Exactly.
particularly aware about. You wanna expand on that because you have a lot of knowledge in regards to the credit system that many people don't think there is one.
Well, one thing that I did learn when I got here is that your credit score when you first get to Panama is your income.
Okay, so if my income is my Social Security, I'm making this up. I'm not hearing the Social Security, so I'm just making this up that I make $1,500 a month in Social Security. So my income is 15 times 12,
Right.
1,500 times 12. That's my income.
Yeah.
How is that a credit score? I guess as well. Do you not?
It would be a low credit score,
Okay.
but if some of us are well above that.
Right.
But we're here. We start off on top.
Okay.
We don't start off on the bottom like the United States and work our way up.
So we don't start off at 0 credit score,
Right.
400, whatever the
Exactly.
lowest is in the United States,
Your
and you now
300
got to go
code.
get your first JCPenney card or your Montgomery Ward card
Yeah.
or whatever you open up to
Exactly.
get that credit going at that time. You
Yeah.
start perfect in
Yes,
Panama.
You start perfect.
Okay.
And I ended up getting a credit card, a Visa card from the bank. I ended up getting a car loan,
Okay.
a new car loan from the dealership, from my bank, as well as they offered me $10,000 unsecured credit loan.
Okay, got it.
So I'm like, okay, let me establish my credit.
Yes.
So 3 weeks ago, I finally got a credit score in Panama.
Oh, wow. With
Yeah.
all of that, you
With
finally
all
now
that.
have a revolving, like a
Yes,
score to look
I
at.
have a score now.
What company do they use to check your credit?
Experian Panama.
Experian Panama, which
Yes.
I'm
Not
only assuming
even-
is different than Experian.
Totally different,
If
not
I have
connected.
Blockbuster Video on my Experian in the United States, does it show up on my
No.
Experian in Panama?
So your credit life in the States don't matter.
It don't matter at all here. They could care less about that. And I will tell everyone, if somebody asks you for your credit report in the United States, walk away.
Walk away.
They just trying to get information about you they don't need.
If they ask for your credit report that was pulled in the United States to be used here, that's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Because they don't even
There's
have
no
they
reason.
don't have a variable. They don't even know what the number is physically that they're looking at.
No. And I'm talking about people that want to lease you a property
I
or
gotcha.
something like that. No, that's none of your business.
Okay.
Because I can rent a penthouse for $3,000 a month, and they never ask me for that.
Exactly. It
So-
has no relevance.
No, have no relevance. They just want to get in your business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like all that. So now you have a credit score. If you wanted to now, I know that the business is not in there, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to expand, I'm making this up, next door. You want to go to further, you want to get more. Now that you have credit here in Panama, is there a business loan, or is it just a matter of you now going to the bank and just getting a loan?
Yes, they do have business loans once you establish yourself.
Okay.
You can go and buy a property now, and they'll finance the property, whether it be a condo, a house, or just land. They'll do all that for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, is there a health and what do we call it in the United States when you do food handler's license or health and
Oh,
safety
yes,
licenses?
yes.
Is any of that
Definitely.
the equivalent here?
I had to get 2 of them. They got 2 cards you get if you're in any kind of food industry. There's 2 health cards you have to get.
Okay.
And you can't even have a bad tooth in your mouth you got to get that baby fixed
Everything
or
gotta be
pulled
fixed.
in order to get that food handler's card.
And what about bartenders? Our bartenders, are they, how we have the food and the beverage license in the United States? Do bartenders have to be licensed, or is it the restaurant has to be licensed to have
just the restaurant has to be licensed.
Okay, so that's how that explains a lot about sometimes why you have really good drinks. Not saying here, y'all. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about general in Panama. That's what explains why you have some really good drinks, and then the people that don't quite know what they're doing, because there is like no bartender license.
No,
okay, that really explains that.
Yeah, they go to schools, and then some don't go to school. They learn from somebody else.
They just learn.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Man, that was a lot. Though. I just learned that one right there. All right, so we just got that one. And you just talked about the licenses. What do you recommend? Do you recommend starting from scratch, as you did? You said this was a blank canvas, or finding a restaurant that is for sale now and let me just flip that? So starting from scratch, or get something that was an existing business and buy it?
I would probably say if you have the capital to get an existing business, and location is everything, and it's in the perfect location, I would go that route.
Okay.
Starting from scratch, like for instance, it took us 6 figures to do what we're doing.
Woo!
And most people don't know that that's a large investment.
That's a large investment.
Yes, it's a large investment.
Of a percentage-wise, because you've been in business now almost about a year and a half, about 2 years. Of your 6 figures, and I don't care how I don't care what it was, 100,000, I went to 900,000, 999. On the profit side, how much are you on the side of being able to recoup your money back or being a profit? Are you a profitable business right now? Are you even keel, or are you, some days it's just not good?
Definitely not profitable.
Okay.
Because you got to get consistency with your customers. But we're coming, to kind of level out some right now. Just because of the support that we're getting from DemButlers.
Everybody. It's everybody. It's just it's a good spot. It really is. And Mr. Carter, I didn't say this at the beginning. Mr. Carter makes everybody feel like there's a show that used to be on in the 80s, and I'm not going to name it here, but when everybody would come in, they would say, "Hey, Norm. Hey, dude." That's Mr. Carter.
There you go.
That's Mr. Carter, you guys. And I'm being honest. If he met you once, he's either a good faker or he just remembers everybody. I don't know which one it is, but he greets you with a hug. He daps the men with handshakes. He's in pictures. He just makes everybody feel like everybody had a VIP section. I mean, everybody's important here. And so I like that. And I think, as you said, a lot of people are either solo travelers here or their spouses that this is the only other person they know. So to have somebody else have that family and friendly connection is important. That's been a success. That really is the reason of the success. I'm just being honest. It's that. It should have been called, I don't know, Family Spot or something. I don't know what it is.
There are a group of people that have come here that Daiquiri 23 is all they know. They come here multiple times a week.
They do.
Yeah.
They come here multiple times. I thoroughly
had to kick some folks out. Hey, look, man, I got to go home.
Hey, look, sometimes, especially on Wednesdays.
Yes. You're like, y'all don't go home? Y'all don't go home and get up out of here?
Yes.
I don't blame you. All right. So, we're going to go. How different is the work culture in Panama compared to the U.S.? I know you own the business, or your co-partner, co-owner, doesn't matter. I don't know how specific you want to get. But you do have employees here, and you have been in leadership and management in the U.S.
Yes.
Are they hard workers? Are they stubborn? Are they on those cell phones? I mean, tell me about the work culture here in Panama.
The work culture is they're eager to learn.
Okay.
And then they do work hard to please me, knowing that I don't speak the language. They're really, wanting to see if I'm happy.
Oh, wow.
And try to communicate well with me. To make sure that they're getting it right.
That they're getting it right.
Yeah.
Is there a minimum wage pay in Panama City? I guess. I don't know if it's different about the whole country of Panama, but is there a minimum wage that someone must make?
Yes.
Okay. They must make a minimum wage, and then it can go up from there.
Yes.
And then as the business owner, you all are responsible for, I think you said it earlier, paying into their Social Security.
Yes.
Is health care required or
Matter
medical?
of fact, when you pay into Social Security, that comes with your Social Security is health.
Automatically. So they automatically have health benefits.
Yes.
So you're telling me they're already covered with health care?
When they have a job and they're paying into the system.
Wow.
So as an employee in Panama, you have health insurance if you have a job. Basically,
Exactly.
it's already there.
If you don't have a job, no insurance.
Yeah, but you can in the States you can have a job and
And
don't
they'll
have
have
insurance.
one of them couple of major employers that we know of that skate around that all the time.
Exactly.
They make sure you don't get health insurance with them. Wow.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
So, and then you got some people come in and say, well, I already got my health insurance somewhere else. I was like, you can't.
It's not a void.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen, and I've heard this from a couple of other people that we happen to communicate with. The average work week in Panama is 48 hours.
Yes. 48 hours, 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's not overtime. For the Americans listening at
Yeah.
home, it's not
Yes.
40 and you're paid for 8 hours overtime. That is the work week.
That is the work week.
Oh my gosh.
It ain't for the faint of heart.
It's not for the faint. So
Yeah.
I would say they're hard workers. I mean, they're very hard workers. Is there a I know there's a Social Security, but is there a retirement age? Can they retire? Go ahead.
Yes, currently at 55 years old, they can retire.
Okay.
And I think that's women.
Okay.
I think the men is 60.
60.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then they can get maximum $500.
Yes.
My lord.
Well, that's the reason why children watch out for their parents.
Yes.
Yes.
Financially are responsible for their parents. Any tips for hiring or working with Panamanian employees? For those that are sitting going, I think I would like to start a business in Panama. Do you have any tips for them?
Don't assume that they know the things necessary for them to work for you. Don't assume that they know computers. Don't assume that they know anything about electronics. They might have a phone and they're good at that, but as far as any kind of machinery that you need to run your business, don't assume that. Don't assume that all of them went to school.
I can 100% see that.
Because the age limit to where they can start work in Panama is 18 years old.
Okay.
They can't get a job at McDonald's at 15 or 16 like in the U.S.
There
have to be 18.
There are no under 18 employees legally in Panama.
No.
We're gonna always say that word, legally.
Exactly. Exactly.
So there's no first time job at McDonald's
No.
at 15 or 16.
Some
No.
of the teenagers.
What
well,
the teenagers,
I mean,
they.
Oh my God! All of us had jobs as teenagers.
Yeah.
So a lot of your 18, 20, 21-year-olds, although they're of adult age, this could be their first job.
Yes.
And that's why you need to come in with patience.
Exactly.
And train. Okay, I like
Exactly.
that. So don't assume that.
Yeah,
okay.
you can't assume that.
Wow. Okay, that's good to know. What are some business customs or norms expats should be aware of? One thing I just said is there's the 48-hour work week.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that they should be aware of that's not the same as in the United States if you decide to open up a business?
Well, if you decide to open a business here in Panama, you just got to understand that you're going to have high turnover.
Okay.
Because the learning curve, a lot of them can't pick up to the point where you need them to get to a certain point by a certain time. And if they can't get there, you're going to have turnover.
Yeah.
So they have to understand that you got to go through a lot of people to get one.
Okay.
So don't get too frustrated with them. Just help them to understand if you can't pick it up in this time period, I can't keep you here. Yeah, because again, that is one thing that is frustrating to a certain degree.
Yes.
But it's understandable because, again, like I said, give you an example. During COVID, that was almost a 2-year process. And a lot of people that was in the 9th or 10th grade never went back to school.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
So they stopped.
They stopped. There was no going back. And then after they got to 18, they got to work.
Mom and dad say you got to work.
You got to work. Yeah.
And then I also sit there and go, a lot of people don't realize that although your shift at work might start at, let's just go 10 o'clock. I'm just going to say 10 o'clock at the restaurant. I don't know. A lot of the employees are coming from so far away. Their day started so early. It's not that they're not listening. They're probably tired. I mean, literally, they're tired. Like they had to get on the bus or train or walk starting at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to get to your business by 10.
And the kids that go to school have to go through the same process to get to the city to go to school. They're getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get on the bus to come into school.
Wow.
That's how we were able to sponsor 73 high school students for them to graduate, because they've been dedicating their whole time getting up early, coming in, but didn't have the money to graduate.
Expand on that. Tell me what you mean by you were able to assist with that.
Cap and gown, they weren't able to walk if they didn't have cap and gowns.
So as a business, Daiquiri 23 fostered or sponsored, okay.
Myself and a handful of expats that was aware of it came and donated money to help a few of those kids. It was supposed to be only being 20 kids, but with the wife being a professor, it ended up being 73.
But she made it work. She made it work. Now, so you have community give back. You really try to, you said at the very beginning of this interview, one of the things that you wanted to do was make sure that you were a vessel in the community.
Exactly.
So you like that. As a business, you personally like making sure that we can give back.
Exactly, because again, I feel that I'm the one that's planting that flag. I feel that I'm the one that people look at as an American. They say, hey, all Americans must be like him. You set the bar as to where that, you set it up here. And that way people can't look down on you.
That's correct. They're expecting everybody, that Mr. Carter was a nice man.
Yes.
Maybe I need to give more expats a chance, because that Mr. Carter was nice.
Exactly.
I got what you're saying. I like that. Okay. What mistakes should expat entrepreneurs avoid?
Avoid? Oh, man.
I can't really say that. I mean, I know you probably can sit back and go, you've made some, but I'm going to be I think the success, I'm being quite honest. I mean, most restaurants fail in the first 2 years, and you've been a success. Even if you're not at a level where you want to be, you've still been a success. But I know that probably everything has a meaning. I think I heard you one day, and I don't know if you were even talking to me. It's a lot of expats come down here and they immediately start to pay out with cash.
Yes.
And you have a different opinion about that.
Exactly.
You want to expand on that a little bit?
You can't come here and spend all of your savings or your home equity that you just sold your house. Keep that in your account, and that way. You go and rent something first, and then you just come and slightly look at the different neighborhoods. And if you want to buy a home, then you start looking at that over the next 6 months or a year, so that if you do want to buy, establish your credit during that time. And then you use their money, because the first house you buy may not be the one you want.
That's true. Just like at home.
Yeah, same way.
Same way.
Same way. So again, at least you still have your money. And then if you want to buy something different that you saw, you have the money to go pay for it cash, and this over here either becomes a rental or whatever you want it to be, or you can put it up for sale. Okay. So again, you're being smart with your money.
Right.
You're allowing yourself an opportunity to invest later instead of coming over here.
And just draining everything.
Yes.
I like that. Is opening a bank account for a business easy for foreigners? For a business, is it easy?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's not an easy process, because most banks want to keep you tied to the United States. That's the agreement the United States have with them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And so they want your W-9. They want all these documents.
That's correct.
Paperwork this thick.
That's correct.
In order to open up a bank account if you're an American citizen. So again, they want to tie you to it, even though all your income comes from Panama, and they can't touch it on taxes. They still want to know who you are and what you're doing.
Okay.
They want to know all your information, and basically.
So when you hear people say that they open up a bank account online in the United States, do they have a legitimate bank account? I'm not saying it's a fake bank, but is it an operating bank? Do they have a debit card, a routing number? Can they start putting money in there? Or do you really need to be here in Panama to open up a bank account?
You really need to be here in Panama.
Okay.
With all your documents, so they can scan it and keep copies of it. And that's what I loved about Panama, is where that we were verified with our income that we give to the bank to open up the account. That, again, like I said, that's your credit score.
That's your credit score.
And so they start offering you credit because of your ability to pay whatever credit they're offering you. There's no such thing as pre-approved. Either you're approved or they won't offer it to you.
Now, this is a great question, Mr. Carter. Okay, so for Cedric, for instance, he had 3 different entities that he could have technically applied for the Pensionata visa. And I'm not saying you're a Pensionata visa expert, but you just keep going back to that credit part. If you have, if you're lucky, one of the blessed people that have 3 different entities, whether that is VA disability, pension retirement, or Social Security. If you would like to establish credit in Panama, you really want to use the highest income of those for your Pensionado visa to establish your bank account. Because if you do decide to have credit, I'm going back to Social Security at $1,000. I'm just going to say $1,000. You don't want to use a Social Security letter at $1,000 when you might have a VA disability letter at $4,000. You want to use the $4,000 VA. Yes, you can qualify under the $1,000, but at some point you're going to want a bank account, and it looks like you only make $12,000.
It's going to hurt you.
It's going to hurt you.
Yeah. So you want to come and have that as a benefit, like me and you in the same boat. We got 3 incomes, coming in every month, and a lot of people don't have that.
Right.
So that's a big benefit.
Okay. Do you pay taxes both in Panama and the U.S.? And how do you manage that?
No. I don't pay no taxes in the United States.
Okay.
Since all of my income from the United States is from my employment, and it's all retirement income.
Okay.
And it's all non-taxed.
Okay. Have you formed any strategic partnerships or networks here? I know just by our conversation you were invited, luckily, to be able to speak on behalf, I believe, at the embassy, but have you had any partnerships? Does the Panamanian government recognize you as a pillar to the community or anything?
No, they don't recognize me as a pillar as of yet, but I'm sure that we're going to get around to that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. How do you keep up with legal and accounting requirements? You've already shared that, luckily, thanks to your wife, that you have some connections there as far as accounting and legal. Is that who you're currently used to look over legal documents and?
No.
Okay.
Again, that's where I have 2 lawyers.
Okay.
That are always available for me to have on retainer.
Okay.
And it's not the one that helped me from the very beginning.
Okay.
But I needed somebody that specializes in certain things. One is in business, one is in real estate, another one's in accounting, and knows all the different agencies, and another one's in immigration.
Okay.
So I always make sure I keep a good firm of lawyers around me, so that if anything comes up, I can just pick up the phone and say, hey.
Get one.
I want to add that when we first started talking to you a year and a half ago, you said, get a team.
Yeah.
Get a team and let them do what they do.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you do.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
All right, we're almost done. We're going to wrap this up. What's your best advice for someone moving to Panama to start a business?
They got to start anew. Whatever they think they know in the United States, they need to forget about it. It's totally different here. You come here with a fresh outlook on things. Come here and don't try to know everything. It doesn't work like anything in the United States.
No.
So you got to come here and let the system tell you what you have to do to start a business.
Okay.
Don't you come and try to dictate anything to
somebody
Panama.
else.
Yes.
Well, and it also sounds like that you got to be honest with yourself and adjust to the climate that you.
Exactly.
Yes. So if you're so strict, you ain't gonna make it here.
No, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
How important is it to speak Spanish as a business owner? I think I already know this answer. You started the business. Do you speak any words?
Poquito.
He speak double what I do.
So the fact that you were able to start a business, court a beautiful lady, ask her to marry you, and you got married, and your relationship is there, and you don't speak Spanish, I think I'm going to pretty much go out on a limb and say it's not a requirement to speak Spanish.
No, it's not a requirement. It's a big plus if you did. But what I'm still going to say is, even when speaking Spanish and giving instructions, that doesn't mean that the person understands it. They still don't understand.
Yeah, I have found Latin culture in general, not just Panamanian, Latin culture from almost any place. They're very obliging and will agree even if they don't understand or agree or can't deliver.
Exactly.
They don't want to, as you said about your employees not wanting to offend you or upset you, that's anyone that I have been around. And Cedric has as well. I can sit there and go, can you knock this wall down and rebuild it in an hour? Yes, Miss Butler.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I can.
There you go.
And then I'm going, hey, what happened to the wall? Well, I can't get that done today. Well, why did you tell me you could get it done for today? Why did you tell me that? They don't want to say no. They can't. So I have found that.
One of the things I will add, try not to make appointments on Mondays or Fridays.
Okay, why not?
Because they ain't coming.
Okay.
Friday is like their day planning for the weekend.
Okay.
And Monday is their day to recover, and they're not trying to do
They
too
ain't
much.
coming.
So you
Okay.
got 3 days out of the week to get something done.
You better get it done hard on those days.
Exactly.
Don't do anything during Carnival.
And don't do
Exactly.
anything during
Oh,
Carnival.
No.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
What 3 things every expat should do in their first 30 days in Panama?
For one, the first 30 days is go as many places as possible
Okay.
to see what you like or what you think you would like.
Okay.
Have 5 or 6 different realtors.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
And make sure that they're licensed realtors. Okay.
I like that.
And then see which bank you need to open up an account with.
Okay.
Because all banks are not equal here.
No, they're not.
Yeah. All banks are not equal.
And there is no FDIC, everybody. That's
Exactly.
federally. That means USA.
Exactly. You will get a better interest rate.
You do.
And-
You
and-
100% do.
Yeah.
That's
You'll
correct.
get a better interest rate. You'll make more money in these accounts over here, but there's no FDIC.
All right, this is rapid fire. We always do rapid fire with these. So here we go. It's either or. Rapid fire, Mr. Carter. City life or a beach retreat?
The city life.
Why do you like city life?
I always like city life because it allows me to gauge the temperature of being in Panama. In reference to Panama City, there's over 1 million people here in Panama.
Yes, there are.
So that gives me an opportunity to gauge what's moving, what's not moving. It gives me, I can take the temperature better on a
Okay.
population versus a isolated area.
An isolated area.
Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite local dish?
My favorite local dish. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say oxtails.
Oxtail? All right, that's fine. They're good. What's your best Panamanian business habit? So what's one thing that you've learned that Panamanian business people do that you're like, man, that's a good thing. I like that they do that.
Yeah. The best Panamanian business. I like this. I like that they all get together. The ones that can get together, the business people get together and talk about business opportunities and different things and how they can invest their money.
Wow.
So that's a consistent thing that they do here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Not that cutthroat environment.
It's
up
not
north.
that cutthroat.
Oh my God. No.
They're together.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
together.
That's
Especially,
That is.
the Jewish people here.
Yeah.
They get together 3-4 times a week.
And let's talk.
And
Let's grow.
talk
Let's
about
discuss. What can we
the
do?
Opportunities, yes.
Okay. Biggest culture shock moment?
My biggest culture shock moment is a lot of them don't want to speak English.
Okay.
That's a culture
Although
shock
they
to
really,
me.
they really, and I've heard many Uber drivers and rideshare drivers, they actually can speak.
Yes, they're uncomfortable with speaking because they don't want to look stupid or
The same way that we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's two people in the, we don't want to speak too much Spanish because we only know a little bit, and they don't
Right.
want to speak too much English
I'm
because
gonna
they
chop
feel
it
like,
up. I don't care what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ghetto it up. I'm gonna do something. But I'm gonna try to make that communication.
all right. And one U.S. thing you wish Panama had?
Chick-fil-A.
I wish they had Chick-fil-A too, baby. Them lemonade and that waffle French fries. I mean, seriously, I do too.
Yes.
One Panama thing you'll never give up.
One Panama thing I'll never get up. Never is a hard word.
I know.
Just Panama in general.
See, that's what I was gonna say. He ain't never gonna leave.
I'm
You ain't
not
never
going.
leave.
I'm done.
Just
Never.
Panama. You
I'm
love
done.
everything about it.
Yeah, good or bad, I'm done.
I love that. I love that. So now, as a business, you want to share with everybody that's listening what possibly is on the horizon for Daiquirí 23? Anything that we can be looking for? That some changes that might come, or anything that you want to share as far as marketing specials? I don't know. Anything that you want to let everybody know that's probably going on?
Well, sometimes I just want people to come and create the atmosphere for them.
Okay.
Anybody want to do all white party? Come. You're
Let's
welcome.
do it.
Let's do it. Anybody want to come and do whatever it is that makes them happy? I'm here to work with them. I'm
Okay.
here to network with them. I don't have all the ideals.
Understood.
Because we come from the lower 48 in the United States, and we do things differently depending on where we come from. You know, so I'm open to anything.
I like that.
That makes things better.
Yeah. So in case y'all didn't catch that, he's basically saying there's always a lot of people that sit at home and like to go, I wish we were doing this. I wish they had more of this. Mr. Carter is basically saying if you have an idea, he has no problem having your idea, your concept occur here at Daiquiri 23. You need to come sit down and let's talk about the concept and the idea and let's get that. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out how we can get that instead of wishing that you wish there was more of this going on. Let's get this.
Because I look at it this way, I'm paying for the space anyway, so we might as well utilize it to the max.
Yes.
You know, so I think that we have just about everything a person could ever need, and if we don't have it, we'll get it.
We'll get it.
We will get it.
I love that. Any closing words, Mr. Carter? Want to make sure that you have anything? Go ahead, Cedric. Cedric has closing words.
Well, not so much closing words, but there's something that you do big that we didn't talk about.
Okay.
One Stop.
Oh, the One Stop.
Yes, talk about that. That's because they're
my
veterans.
God.
Go ahead. Yes.
I do the One Stop military, One Stop where anybody coming to a new location, like we do when we get PCS from one base to another, we have to go to a one-stop briefing that tells us about housing, that tells us about, you know, the different finances or child care, you name it. Where the hospitals are, the dental. We go through all of these different things, and I wanted something like that in Panama since we have military personnel, we have regular civilians. Most of us are needing health care. Most of us have to have immigration. Most of us need to talk to someone about leasing property. There's so many different things that they get when they come here. Help with their VA claims.
Wow.
If they're trying to get 100% and they only at 40 or 50. You know, we have specialists here that will come and do that. We got the VFW here. Most people didn't even know they got an ID card section here to where we can go get our new ID cards.
Wow.
For the VA.
For the VA.
So,
right here in Panama.
Right here. And so they come here. I have 5 different hospitals that send their representatives here that will talk about the type of insurance that they accept, their claims processing, you know, and whether they're going to take F&P for military or Champ VA for, you know, for the spouses or what have you. So there's a lot of things that they learn when they come to our One Stop. It's the first Thursday of every month.
First Thursday of every month, right here at Daiquiri 23.
From 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
It's free. Then
I was going to say that it's free, and not only is it just free, it's open to anybody that come through the door.
Exactly.
That's awesome. It don't matter what color you are, no matter where you're from. Obviously,
that's Daiquiri 23. Yeah, that's Daiquiri 23 in general. So this isn't a black sports bar.
No.
This is a good people sports bar.
That's right.
and Mr. Carter, and I love that you don't have to be affiliated with certain groups to get this information. You just provide anybody who want to listen.
Anybody want to listen, anybody come from any country that feels that they need to, from Canada, UK, whatever, and they need a good hospital, they can come here and the hospital representative will take them aside and talk to them and say, hey, you can use this. They even have insurance plans that the hospitals offer as well.
Right.
That
you can get directly.
Yeah, you get directly if you don't have an insurance plan from the U.S. If you only have Medicare from the U.S., you can get one of their insurance plans.
I love it. So y'all want y'all to hear that real quick. I mean, y'all talk about the fact that Cedric and I give free information. So does Mr. Carter's business.
He gives a lot of
If you are planning to come to Panama and you have a choice on when you're going to come, may I add to try to be here by that first Thursday or at least extend over into a first Thursday.
Exactly.
Because a lot of the paid information that you might have to be able to gain from somebody else, he has access to that same information for free. And even if it's not a matter that you can get your answer, he can direct you as to who you might be able to go to. Because somebody in that meeting who's representing in that knowledge is going to know who you need to go to, or they're going to take your information. You're not going to be an email. You're going to be a face to a face, and you can shake a hand. And that's priceless. I mean, that is literally priceless. A lot of the same speakers that you're going to go to on paid tours are the same people that are at his One Stop for free. I want that to be very clear. They're here for free. So free information is available because he chooses to make sure that everybody can get to Panama who wants to get to Panama.
And I think back to your question is, what should a person do the first 30 days they're here? Find what hospital and get registered with that hospital. You're already in their system, so when you finally come back, You already know your hospital. You already know what you're going to be able to go and get treatment for.
Yes, that's important.
You're going to know that right from the beginning. You can do that from the United States.
You sure can.
If you're from the military,
You're military.
you can do that from just send your information and your disability letter.
That's correct.
That's it.
That's all you got to do. You're going to be registered, and yet nobody plans on an emergency. You guys, nobody does. If Spanish isn't your first language, and even if it is, if you're having a medical emergency, even if you can speak Spanish and you can't talk, if you're having a heart attack and you can't talk, doesn't matter that you can speak Spanish.
Exactly.
So you want to be able to be registered at the hospital. So
you ain't doing no paperwork.
You're not doing no paperwork.
Exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know if it came down to life or death, you just want to make sure that you're safe. But there's nothing like already knowing that if you have a choice of a hospital, if you can predicate where they need to take you, you know you're going to the one that you're registered
Exactly.
at. So
and everybody that comes here all speak English. From every hospital, they speak English.
Yes, don't be fooled. Yeah,
don't be fooled by that. Everybody speaks English, and they're very helpful and want you to get the best service from the best hospital that fits your need. Because every hospital is different.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. Go with the one that you personally like and where your paperwork is going to be at.
Yeah, you don't want somebody saying you need to put $10,000 up.
There is one of those. There is one of those, you guys. You'll learn that become the one stop. There is one of those.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Mr. Carter, we really do appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us and be able to get some answers to some questions. I had no idea what you were going to answer about as far as Daiquiri 23. I learned even more about you. You guys, more to come. We have a whole lot going on here at Daiquiri 23. Their information is going to be going across in that ticker. So make sure, like I just said, if you're going to be here for a while, try to plan a first Thursday. But beyond that, pretty much 6 days a week, they got something going on at Daiquiri 23. If you can't be here for that Thursday, whether it's Wednesday, whether it's Friday, it don't matter. Come here. Come to Daiquiri 23. Tell Daiquiri 23 them Butlers sent you, but Mr. Carter's always here. Cedric and I are trying to get him out of here sometimes, but this man is the hardest working man right here. He's always here, but he don't have to get out of there. So what we're going to put right here, I always end with a question. The question is going to be, when are you coming to Panama? That's number one. And are you going to be able to come to one of the one stops? We would like to be able to get you to a one stop, so that first Thursday. And then the second one is, do you have an idea as to opening a business in Panama? And is that something you had ever considered, was starting a business in Panama? So we got two different ones. Are you going to try to make it to one stop if you can? Or if you have an idea for a business. We don't want to hear about your idea for the business. Now, I don't want you talking about that somebody stole your idea. I don't want to be hearing that. I'm talking about, do you have an idea? Would you like to open up a business here in Panama?
Can I add something?
You can.
We have restricted professions here in Panama.
Okay,
and
that's good to know.
There is a way around working in those restricted professions. And it's called being a consultant.
Okay, a consultant.
Yes.
Sound like you need to come talk to Mr. Carter about that. We're not going to give all that out right now.
There you go.
Pull him aside when you come to One Diversity, and if they just can't make it to that Thursday, that's no problem. I will also have Mr. Carter's information. Now look at y'all, don't be hitting this man up all times of the night, every day. You want your one-on-one information with just Mr. Carter. Be respectful of business time and business hours and give him time to respond back. But I will have contact information that he chooses to have you reach out to. I'm going to have it in the ticker so you can get some time on Mr. Carter's calendar and you all can talk about being a consultant.
And it's always free.
Information is free. Free. Well, we love free. All right, everybody. Until next time, like, share, follow, comment.
Subscribe.
And with that, we're out.